Anyway, let's go back to who we are. As per usual, I want to say thank you to dear Eleanor for the space and Miami Community Radio for the opportunity of letting us play and be ourselves and have this passion project of mine. It's called Keeping House Alive. And what is Keeping House Alive? It's my way of keeping the genre alive. Uh, the way that I keep house alive with this project is not precisely by like playing tracks that are classics and comparing what happened before and what's happening now, but it's having interesting conversations with people that had been doing and playing music for a long time. And therefore, they have stories. They have stories to tell. They've been places. And I think to keep the genre alive is not to force it to be this or that. The conversations that we have here, to me, are really interesting, and I'm really curious to like every time we have an episode, sit down with any of the. Usually, there are producers and DJ at the same time, and just to talk to them and like hear about their stories, their journey, where they've been, any advices that they have for us, and my next guest. I could probably say by now, if he allows me, he's my friend. And we randomly met like about a year ago, listening to a friend of his and by a mutual friend. And we just ended up talking a lot. And I was mesmerized by his stories. After that, he went to one of my gigs. I went to one of his gigs. I follow him. We keep in contact. And I thought, what an interesting person to have in one of my episodes. It will be a really cool conversation to have in front of the camera, because if I thought it was interesting, maybe you did too. So I'm not going to say anything else that we spoke about, because I want to share it here with all of you. And with nothing else to say, he's a great person. He's given me his time. He's here today. Gino, a.k.a. QBA. Welcome to Keeping House Alive. Hi, Gino. Hi, QBA. I'm doing great. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing good. How are you doing? Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for saying yes, for coming to dear Eleanor and sitting with me for a little bit and just having a conversation about house music and the journey and the genre and how things have changed and what you've seen and like, you know. And how are you?
I'm doing good. Getting a little older. Just turned 56 last week.
Happy birthday, Leo.
Yeah, I'm a Leo.
There we go.
July Leo.
I'm your neighbor. I'm a Virgo.
Yeah. Oh, wow. There you go.
There you go. Is that what you were celebrating on Saturday? Was it
Yeah.
your birthday?
It was my birthday. Yeah. It was my birthday and a going away party for Juliana, which is a personal friend of ours. So basically, she was going away she's leaving the country, going back to Peru. So,
De verdad.
Yeah. So
That's a long flight.
it's a long flight. Yeah. But, we've known her for a long time, 20 plus years now.
Nice.
So, yeah, and the party was hosted by Benji, who does Unmute. So
Those are cool parties.
It's a really cool party.
Yeah.
So
I missed it. I went to bed early. Sorry.
I know Benji for 20 plus years as well. So
Really?
yeah. Well, we started our party on Pawn Shop, and he was one of the first promoters under a gentleman who's no longer with us, Hector, who was our lead promoter, and he was one of his underlings. So that's 20 plus years ago.
Jesus Christ, how time flies.
Yes, it does.
I remember when you couldn't say like you were friends with somebody for 20 years.
Yeah, I can say that to many people.
Not too many, yeah, not too many people, but like time freaking flies.
I know.
And it's super interesting. And how was Paraíso Stereo, right?
Yeah, Paraíso Stereo.
How was it? I'm going to tell you a funny story. There was one time that you went to see me at Arlo, and then I went to see you at, what was that place around the corner?
It was Tomorrowland.
At Tomorrowland, right? And I drove there, I finished playing, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to meet you there. And for some reason, I ended up at Paraíso Stereo, thinking that
right
I was it because it's down the street, right? Yep. So I'm like, when you like automatically go drive and like walk.
Right.
And then I go, like, somebody was at the door, and I go like, hey, get to see Gino. Gino's here. Gino's playing. It's like, who? And I'm like, yeah, one of the DJs. Hey, they let me in. The thing was closed. And I checked out the whole place. The sound guy was there. And then I'm like, I don't think it's here. I'm like, what is the name of this place? And I'm like, oh, Well, thank you.
Thank
And
you
then
for
and then I walked again, and then that's where you were with Eddie. You were playing. Hi, Eddie.
Yeah.
Another great DJ producer here supporting here, like in the live session today.
Who saved me on Saturday, by the way.
I heard that story. You want to say it again? Because
Yeah.
what happened to you is absolutely nerve wracking, and it could happen to any of us.
So everyone's heard the calamities that we've had with Record Box and Pioneer.
Jesus.
So I committed the rookie sin. I updated my software before I exported my playlist. And apparently 7.217 does not support the 2000s NS2s. So when I went to plug in my thumb drive, nothing.
Nada.
Nah. And I've run two thumb drives. So I was like, oh, one
Maybe the
fails.
other one, yeah.
Yeah, the other one works. Both of them, no works. And so I had to make a quick decision.
How did you feel inside?
Angry.
Because at that point you probably knew it wasn't working because you did the upgrade.
Yes, I mean I didn't. It was a software issue. It was either the firmware on the CDJ wasn't updated, or my software that I updated was non-compatible so far
With them.
And it's happened before.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is the bad time for it to happen. But luckily enough, Eddie was there, saved the day. He said, play with my music. Here's my USB. And I was like, no. And I go, yes.
Yes.
Playing was not an option. Not playing was not an option, right? So
That's a brave move.
Yeah, it was a brave move, and it took me a couple of tracks to adjust. But
You shed like a couple of pounds of
definitely.
sweat.
Yeah, sweat and anger, and a couple of shots,
There we go, to loosen up.
Loosen
And
up.
you're like, it's going to be all right. People are going to dance.
Right, and it was good. It was good. Everything turned out as it should have. So
That's great. That's super nerve-wracking. I remember one time that one of my USB didn't work. It just didn't even read it. Like, nada. Nada. Thank God it was Loveburn. It's more chill.
Yeah.
Like, they care, but they don't care.
Right.
But I had to play. I was next.
Right.
So, but then the other one worked. And I don't know how the other one worked, because that's just how technology is. It either really works for you or not.
Yeah, when it feels really miserable.
It's bad.
Yes, and that was actually the first time that I've had. Again, I carry two USBs for a reason, right? Like
Yeah.
when one doesn't work, the other one does.
Yeah.
And I used to carry 4, but it gets crazy updating 4, through Record Box. It takes a while to export the list and make sure everything's there. The verification process is nerve-wracking and time-consuming. So, needless to say, I just stuck to 2 and. Go figure.
Go figure. That was the day.
That was the day.
Because that's just usually what happens, but hey, the party goes on.
The party goes on.
I
And luckily, it's funny because the first thing in my mind, I was like, I look at Eddie, he goes, mine works. And I go, okay, yeah. So, look at you.
Look at you. And were you the first one, the second? Like, was that person right
I was
before?
actually the second. So I was playing the main hour, 2 to 4. So not performing to me is always like not an option.
Not an option.
Your name is on the bill. You show up, you play, you do what you have to do.
It's a job.
It's a job, correct.
You have a slot and it's a job. But like sometimes I explain to people like this is absolutely fun, and what you do is like have fun and make people have fun. And it's just one whole vibe, and you kind of drive that vibe. But you know how nerve-wracking it is to see, for example, if you got distracted, or let's say you have to figure it out and you see 156, 154, 153,
Yeah.
and then the timer goes down, and you have that much time to figure out whatever is happening. Either if it's to get another USB
Yeah.
or to get another song, and you just lost track, because this happened to me that I'm in the zone so much that I start dancing.
Well, not only that, but you think about as an old DJ that's I've played at good clubs, regular clubs, really good clubs.
No clubs.
No clubs. But one of the things you always deal with is gear issues, right? So
For sure.
the Q button doesn't work, the loop button doesn't work, the CDJ somebody spilled the drink, so it's all sticky, or the channel
Jesus.
channel 2 doesn't, you have to wiggle the fader. Like you have all these issues that the public doesn't really care.
Nope.
They want to dance, and they want, you got to figure it out. So
And lucky we are sometimes that they don't even know.
Right.
They don't care
They don't care, but
because
they
they
don't
don't
need to
care.
know.
But also they don't know.
Yeah.
And they don't know that you just sweating your like
You're stressing out.
yeah,
You're like,
because you are stressing out
of course.
because especially when there's that transition. I remember I don't what was I playing. I was playing somewhere. I only had two dos platos y uno de ellos it could I did not know this. Nobody let me know. You could loop, but you could not exit the loop,
Oh wow.
and
I
you
can
only
see.
had two plates. Because
So
if you have more, then I'm like, okay, I'll loop it, I'll figure it out, I'll start all over, and then I start something here and whatever, and I'm like, so basically, I'm gonna loop this thing until I figure something out on
on the
this
other
side again, and then I wasn't like thinking that much ahead
right.
because I prepare everybody. We all prepare differently. My set list for the night is a feeling. It's not an order.
Right.
So I don't do it by order. Sometimes it just so happens that,
Right.
I go by order. Or I usually put on top if I know for a fact I want to start with this one because I know the feeling of the night.
Right.
Especially if you're one of the first ones.
Yeah,
Because
I think I always. It's funny you say that because my priority is always the opening track, because that sets the tone, right?
Yeah.
It sets the tone for your set, and based on what the last person played, I'm going to choose. I'm going to have an option, right? A, B, and C
Uh-huh.
that I'm going to play based on where they leave me. Right?
Exactly.
And it's important to me. The opening track is so, to quote somebody a little bit more famous than I am, James Hype said, he goes, he prepares his opening track and he says, if they don't remember anything else, they remember the first track you drop. Your opening is important.
It is important.
Right. So to me, it's always been and that was more frustrating to me because I had prepared.
You had your
I had
opening
my
track,
opening tracks,
and you couldn't show it off for your birthday.
Yeah. So,
I'm
anyways,
sorry. You can play it tonight.
Well, I can play tonight. It'll definitely be it'll be on my podcast. So
There we go.
Yeah,
There we go.
The whole set will be on my podcast.
There we
soon.
go.
So
You're gonna use it somehow. You're gonna
absolutely.
open somewhere with it.
Absolutely.
That's great. So first things first, because we just spoke about it right now, and before I forget, QBA, because in my mind, Cuba.
Yeah.
But it's not.
It's not.
So
So I owe my name before I was a bedroom DJ. Then I came to South Beach and played open format parties, like at different small like Roomy and other little places. It was just Gino,
okay.
So but Pecky Homisil, which was a promoter in South Beach, we moved the party to Sunny Isles, and a little place called Blue Cafe that no longer exists. And one night, middle of the night, he's half drunk and he comes to me. I'm changing your name. Gino's too boring. You're going to be QBA. And I go, that's original. I said, I'm Cuban. What's wrong with you? You ever heard of WQBA? It's like, come on. He goes, no. Quality Beats Amplified. And I go, that has a ring, right? And he goes, that's your new name, QBA, from now on. So I was like, deal. I'll keep it.
I like it.
Yeah. So, and everybody knew me as QBA or QBA or Parantula because Parantula was my DJ partner and Andrew Satz, which I met at Blue Cafe.
Okay.
And we just clicked. We became good friends and we became DJ partners, and we played open format for about 6 months. Just strictly open format. No, nothing. No thrills. Corporate parties. Do the works.
Okay.
And
that's how you started.
And that's how we started. That's basically the beginning of what I call a professional DJ career. Because until then, I was just like, I was doing it because I needed a social life.
Okay.
Okay, so
Gino,
got me out of the house.
Gino was playing some music.
Yeah, Gino was playing some music. Yeah. Drinking a couple of drinks and socializing, right? So, and it was fun. Until one day he says to me, he goes, I don't want to play any more open format. He says, we play the same song every week. It's boring. I want to play house.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, okay, I can get behind that. I mean, I love playing house. It's like I played it, private pool parties and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, that's me. I remember I remember my first song, Soul to Soul. The first. I was like, I remember. So
oh my goodness!
Going to underground clubs and listening to house, and I was like, I fell in love with it. And I said to him, I said, okay, fine, let's do that. long story short, Parantula was created. We were still playing Blue Cafe on Saturday nights and just a small opening set. And one night, a gentleman by the name of Alex Alvarez, which was, I attribute our success to him. He came one day and he said to us, he goes, have you ever thought about playing in South Beach as a house DJ? I'm like, no.
Epa.
No, not really. I don't really take it that serious. But he said, I'm going to find something for you. 2 weeks later, he showed up, man of his word. The Ultra VIP room at Crowbar is where we started.
You started at Crowbar.
At Crowbar. At the Ultra VIP, which is the smallest room. It kept 50 people, right? But it was a vibe.
And it was a Crowbar.
It was a Crowbar. So needless to say.
How long ago was this?
This is 2005, late 2004, early 2005.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Crowbar was still around.
Crowbar was Crowbar.
Yeah, and it was on a Thursday night. So Thursday night used to be a good night.
Yeah.
And they had called it Dope Thursdays. Cedric Gervais was the resident DJ there and the VIP, and then they had I can't remember right now, but they had open format in the main room, and we were in the little room, and
but usually the little rooms are.
Oh yeah, they were fun.
Yeah, where the vibes are.
Well,
especially in huge clubs, you
within 6 to 7 weeks of being there, we found ourselves. Roland, which is a good friend of mine, I think you've met him. He was a promoter at Crowbar, and he came up to me and he's like, I came up to him. And I was trying to add him on MySpace. Back then it was MySpace. I'm dating myself. MySpace, and he wouldn't add me.
Look at you networking.
Yeah, I was a marketing
social life.
Yeah. So I'm here trying to get him to pay attention to us, and he's like, I go, man, I've sent you a couple of messages. He goes, I don't know you. And I'm like, okay, well, let's get to know each other. Let's have a drink.
There we go.
And then so we had a drink. He came to the room one night, and within 6 or 7 weeks, I think. He was really good friends with Alex Ohms, one of the founders of Ultra Music Festival. And 6 or 7 weeks later, after we started there, Alex Ohms and Russell, the other founder of Ultra, I found them in my room with Roland dancing in front of our booth, okay? In this little room, and the room was just blowing up.
I bet.
And we made good friends. We all became good friends. Alex Ohms, may he rest in peace, was a very good friend and a great person.
That's a freaking great start.
Yeah, that was a good start. That was a really good start. I started to network more, and I met a person by the name of Katia Pisan, who used to do a party on Saturdays at Nikki Beach. And Ivano Bellini, our mutual friend, was the resident DJ. Ivano had to travel one day. He left another DJ there. Didn't work out for him. And they brought Gabby Fain, who used to be a resident at Space.
Okay.
He can only play for an hour, so the party must continue. And Katia looked at me and she goes, Gino, you're a DJ, right? You got your music with you? And I used to back then we used to carry CD cases. And long story short, I grabbed my CD case and I run, and the rest was history. Yeah, we became residents of that party as well.
What?
And matter of 6 months, we were playing not only Crowbar on Thursday, we were doing Saturday at Nikki Beach. Oof. And within a year, we were not only doing Saturdays, we were doing Saturday and Sunday. So the Sunday party,
which was the place to be.
It was a place to be. Yeah, Sunday.
That's where you wanted to go, really.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the thing is that as a house DJ, a lot of people are like, well, you're playing the brunch hour, right? So we started at lounge at 80 beats per minute, right?
Oof. Nice.
So it wasn't until 2 o'clock we got into Deep House, and then the Space crowd used to come like after 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we would play till 5 or 6. That's where we met Patrick M. And he used to play the late hour, and sometimes we would stay with him, and we would play till like 10 o'clock at night on the beach in the sand. It was just wild, crazy party on Sundays. It was one of my favorite parties to play because you dress casual. You had the sand in your feet. You
had those little white
it was a little bar there. The little bar that basically became a DJ booth. And the crowd was just amazing. And I remember there was other older DJ. I can't remember his name exactly, but he came one day and he was like shaking his head. He's like, how can you play with all that commotion in the booth, right? There's people dancing all over, behind you, aside you, and I'm like, that's the whole point of
That's
it.
it, yeah.
Like, everybody's having fun. Like, this is not no pretentious. It's about the music. It's not about us. It's about the music, and it's about everybody having a good time.
And you're exchanging energy.
Right.
You know, as soon I always say this, I don't mind people around me in the DJ booth
As long as they behave.
Yeah. There's some etiquette.
Yeah, don't touch the decks.
Don't touch that. Be careful with the drinks.
Right.
And you don't have to hug me and push me around every 5 minutes because I played a track that you love. I mean, I appreciate it, but like sometimes I see like people like shake the DJs like, oh my God, this is great, oh my God, and then they start like jumping, and I'm like, he's working. I mean, thank you, you know, but like just tone it down a little bit. You can touch the DJ. I mean, we're not gods or goddesses, but like have some sort of like etiquette. But like I don't mind people around the. Maybe because I was that person before.
I think we've all been that person, right?
I think so.
Yeah, we've all been that person who was just, you know, some people call them groupies. Some people, they're fans. We're all fans. And I don't discourage it. I actually encourage it. And if somebody is inspired to learn the trade and see what we do, that we're actually pushing and moving the buttons. Recently there's been a lot of talk about DJs who fake their sets. Mm-hmm. You can come up to my booth anytime. I don't use the sync. I don't use the sync button. I use the faders. I move the buttons. The things are on. Yeah. There's no premix. You know,
there are probably going to be mistakes, and you won't notice it, but there's probably going to be.
And in the words of Carl Cox, who shares my birthday, by the way, if a DJ said it's too perfect, it's not good enough, right? He's like, it has to have some imperfection, some
hiccups,
right?
You know,
it makes it special.
It makes it live,
right? Exactly.
You know, and also, as a DJ. Like, if you come with a pre-recorded set, you
don't have to pre-record. I don't feel like you ever have to really pre-record.
Some people do, though.
No, some people do, absolutely.
I don't. I can't.
Deadmau5 has said it. He does pre-recorded sets. It's not going to be. Listen, you can do a live set and you can time it really well. Mm-hmm. You can be off. You know, listen, everybody's played a New Year's Eve party, right?
Yeah, claro.
And if you're off by a second, who is going to tell you you're off by a second on New Year's? All right,
Nobody,
come on.
Yeah.
You're going to do a countdown.
For sure.
Right? And you're going to try to do it as close to 12 o'clock as possible. You're going to trim that music down and you're going to put a countdown.
And then you're going to crank it up, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, it's part of the gig. You know, it's like you're going to do certain things.
It's just numbers. You just calculate.
Exactly.
You know, and yeah. But I think it loses kind of like that feeling. Because you cannot predict the feeling.
Yeah, there's a difference between playing because you want the attention and playing because you really loved your job, right? Like it's not a job. It's really it's not a job. It's fun. I get paid to entertain people and have fun at the same time,
for sure.
and share my love of the music that I love.
For sure.
Right, because I think every DJ plays what they like, right? First. And then secondly, they try to encourage people to dance to that music that they like, right? So
you're a music selector.
You're a music selector.
Yeah.
And you're an influencer. At the end of the day, and I called it, the bigger the club, the more remote it becomes, and you become a remote psychologist because a lot of people say, well, you know, you're there to educate them on music, blah, blah, blah. I go, nobody goes out to be educated.
No.
People go out to have fun.
No.
Now, the fact that you can gain their trust and they will listen to what you play.
That's a plus.
That's a plus. You know, and you won. At that point, you won.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, we all seen people or DJs, producers, whoever. They're just there on the dance floor trying to pick apart sets.
Yeah.
Dance.
Well, so.
Who cares? Just dance.
I used to, at Space, when we played with CDs, I used to give away a lot of my CDs. Because they would keep my library fresh, right? So basically, I would burn new CDs because drink or scratch, whatever. So I never cared to give them away. I used to give. There's people out there that have.
That was your mixtapes.
They're basically they're track listed, basically. And I told somebody, I said, look, when I give away a CD, they ask me for one track. I gave them 6 or 7, right? So the benefit of that is the next time I play one of those tracks, they're going to have recognition.
Absolutely. There's going to be that connection.
There's going to be that connection. And I was like, I don't mind sharing that music, right? it's mine to give,
Absolutely.
right? So a lot of people criticize me for that. It was like, you're giving away your music. I'm like, why would you do that? Like, doesn't matter. Like, I'm gonna get new music next week. I get music every week.
Every week.
So like, it's amazing how much music comes out any given week. Now, how much good music comes out, that's a different story.
That's a different story. but a lot of, especially these days, because people are just like releasing tracks left and right.
So the difference, I would say today, is that software has shortened that talent gap.
For sure.
Right? So, and AI is even shortening the gap even further, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
There's a huge conversation about AI these days because of
yeah,
everything
so
that's happening. It's not necessarily bad, but it's happening.
it's happening, and you have two choices. You can either embrace the technology or just stay lag behind. There is no way. I mean, good producers are still going to produce good music,
Absolutely.
right? They may not produce the volume that having an AI assistant will help you,
Mm-hmm.
right? And my fear is always, is it all going to sound the same, right? Because if I don't know if you've noticed, but certain genres, some things, you listen to one producer, you listen to two other producers, they all sound the same. It's like they're using the same software, they're using the same kicks, the same whatever, and everything becomes stale,
Yeah.
right?
Because you more or less can predict what you're going to listen to that night. I mean, I sometimes go out, to listen to music because we're on the side and we forget to listen. So I go out to support other friends that are playing, but also to listen to music and to remember that I started dancing first. So I sometimes I miss dancing,
Right.
just dancing for the sake of dancing.
DJing will ruin that for you.
Yeah, I know, but it's fun because I still dance on this side, but like I'm basically dancing either by myself or with like 3 other people or whoever fits in the booth. But it has happened to me, especially with because now everybody wants to be a DJ, and there's nothing wrong with it, but like it is a fact. Everybody wants to be a DJ because it's awesome, it's amazing, good for everybody.
I think Google said it's one of the #1 top searches for jobs.
Really?
Wanting to be a DJ, yeah. It's like, it's a lot of young people see it as a quick way of getting attention, but also becoming successful, right?
Oh,
If
yeah.
you're really good, you're good. But the problem is, like, I can't even begin to tell you how many calls I get. Hey, I have a cousin, or I have a friend of a friend, or a son, or whatever. You're down in Miami, can you help them out? They just moved to Miami because they want to be a DJ. And I'm like, welcome, but do you know how hard it is?
Yeah.
And it's
To
become
break
even
into
harder.
this internet. Yeah.
So you could throw a rock and you can hit a DJ on the street.
Absolutely.
So
You go, call 5 DJs. And they all come out with their headphones and 2 USBs, like it's amazing what's happening, which is, sometimes it's like, oh, come on, man. Because some people make other people like lose respect for the craft. But I can see why, and not everybody's the same. So some of them really do love and understand what it is.
there's a lot of them that want to learn.
Yes.
They respect the craft. They want to
Yeah.
learn.
Yeah.
They want to understand themselves.
Absolutely.
Because I think that DJing teaches you something about yourself, how open you really are to other music, right? Like other sounds. I personally, I have a very wide range of music in my library. Nobody would ever think that I listen to drum and bass or jungle or any of those other genres, right? I grew up in a time where there was it was dance music.
It was dance music.
Yeah. So nobody really said, hey, that's Michael Jackson and that's Lime. You're playing in the same
Pop,
set.
dance, rock.
Yeah, it was dance music. Nobody generates.
Yeah.
House started, and obviously there's techno, and there's all sorts of different genres within each one.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I think good music is not only, it transcends taste, but it also transcends time. So you can
And
listen,
genre.
Yeah, in genre. Basically, you can listen to a track from 20 years ago and say, "Wow, that's amazing." There's amazing productions that were done 20 years ago. Some of them sound dated, but some of them sound amazing.
Or longer than that.
Yeah, or longer than that.
70s. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still
And-
find in late 60s.
And if you
Well, it all depends what you're looking for.
and if you think about how difficult it was when they went into that studio to make those sounds, where today it's just like, I got a sample pack. It's like,
Yeah, because they were musicians.
yeah, yeah.
putting stuff together, melodies, notes, voices, like and then mixing it, mastering it. Like you couldn't have like an album in 2 months.
Yeah, it was impossible.
It was impossible. And then you have to market it.
Right.
Because right now we're streaming and we have all sorts of stuff that has to do with music but doesn't have to do with music but gets your music out there that these people didn't have before.
Oh, let's talk about the lifetime of a track back then. Oof. Like you would buy a record, a piece of vinyl, and it would last you 6 months. Even a year after, it was still a good track, if it wasn't limited release, right? So now you buy a track, you get a track, and it's like 2 weeks later, it's already everybody played it because there's so many people playing, and I get it. Nobody gives local DJs the respect for playing or breaking out a new track as much as they do when they see somebody famous breaking out a new track that could have been played already 600 million times by the locals.
10%.
Yeah, and I'm like scratching my head. I'm like, but you just heard it last week, but you didn't pay attention to it. But now it's Hugel or somebody else that's famous.
Now you pay $50 to go see this guy, and not all this suddenly matters. So people are getting biased about stuff and how they listen to music because we're oversaturated. Yeah. And then like you said, like just because this person is famous and they put something that probably you played 3 months ago at a local bar or a local club,
right?
They didn't even pay attention to that, and it's the same. Yep. Or you probably play the raw version like as it is, like without the bells and whistles. Sometimes you don't need the bells and whistles. Let me tell you something. You're a great remixer, and you do great stuff because I listen to your SoundCloud, but sometimes you just play a track the way it is. That's how good they are. Like you were saying, like it transcends time, it transcends taste, it transcends genres, it transcends everything because it's just a good track. I always say good music is good music, period. That's it. You can listen to a good track today, Sunday, yesterday, 5 years ago, 5 years from now, and if it's a good one, it will still be a good one. It doesn't matter. And you mentioned something that I was gonna get there because I love knowing this about people. It happens to me. It happens to, if you're a DJ, it happens to most of us. We listen to a wide range of stuff. What did you listen to before house? You said you started as an open format, right? But what was your thing before? Okay,
so before I became a house DJ or just growing up, so I can trace back music in my life as a soundtrack. I'm a kid from I was raised in the 70s and 80s, right? So anybody who's my age at this time can remember having a small AM radio, listen to AM with a 1-ear piece,
and the dial,
and you would listen to the Bee Gees or Le Chic, or I tell the story. There was my very first record player was a red and white. It was an old school record player, and it was red and white. It's by Hasbro, not Hasbro. It's oh my God, I can't remember the name right now. It escapes my mind right now. But it was basically a classic, right? And you played 45, and it played 33s.
33s.
And there was a store called Woolco.
Okay.
And they sold the 45s for 99 cents.
Nice.
And I remember my dad taking me to buy my very first. I cut the grass, and I got my allowance, and I went and bought Le Chic, the Bee Gees. Okay, and I remember playing it, and I was like, I played it till it didn't work anymore. Okay, so, but my parents had an old big Rocola, the big, and I listened to Caldo Gadiel, Julio Iglesias, claro. Elio Roca. I grew up listening to these stars, right?
Camilo Sesto, Rafael.
Camilo Rafael, yes. El Puma.
El Puma, claro.
But at the same token, somebody had given my parents a bunch of records, and there were records like Steppenwolf, okay, Get Your Motor Running, the Beatles, Let It Be.
Oh my God!
And I'm like, whoa!
This is not Amor 93.1. This is some cool shit.
Yeah. So, and long story short, it's like, yeah, my love for music transcends time. Like I would study My mom would make fun of me because I would turn the TV on,
Mm-hmm.
turn the volume down, and play music at the same time I was doing my homework. But I learned something about myself that I can memorize my material, my school material, by singing the song. So if I had to study for a test, I just listened to a certain song and I would memorize the test answer. So basically, so it was a good way of memorization for me. And I would sing the song and I would know the answers. So I associated music very early on with my ability to learn,
To learn.
right? But it also became part of my life. There's a, the soundtrack of my life.
See?
I have a song for each stage of my life that I memorize, right? Like I say, this is where I was at this time. And as a DJ,
Smells.
yeah, well, as a DJ, there are certain tracks that I've played that I've broken out
They
at
trigger.
Space, and I could tell you, or at Pawn Shop, or like a watch out, played the Cove on Thursday nights. Like, I remember playing certain songs and saying, well, I can smell the room. I can feel the vibe in the room. I know exactly where I was and what I was doing. And that is just absolutely nuts because
It is.
I hear the track and it takes
you
me
go
right
there.
back. Yeah.
And you go there. It is amazing what music can do. Well, sound itself is really interesting. And that's, if you go back in time to the beginning of time, that's the theory of how the world was created by sound.
Yeah,
Because
the first
God said,
Well,
who knows? But that's how everything started. But sound has the ability of touching your brain and your senses in a
and
way.
your soul.
Yeah,
It can make you cry.
it can make you cry.
Like
It can make you go back in time, and you see it. With your eyes open, you listen to something, you go blank because you're somewhere else.
Yeah,
For 5 seconds.
My favorite comment from a fan once was at Space. He goes, "Damn it, I hate it when you play because I'm about to leave and I want to leave, and you play one more song that brings me right back." And I'm like, because I always got nostalgic as I closed the terrace. I used to get nostalgic. My closing tracks are always something like I call it the tearjerkers or the one that touches you, right? Because it would be a remix of something that you already know, but it's sentimental. To me, it's sentimental, and to you, it might be sentimental. So,
Yeah.
and I remember that comment because it's like, oh wow, yeah, I do it on purpose, by the way.
Yeah, because you're a psychologist, like
Psychology, yeah.
At that point, you're like I said, like it's the flow, is the energy exchange that you have at that moment. They're with you, and I like playing stuff that you've never heard before, but I also like to connect with something that you can sing along, or that can bring you that one memory, because then I give you the best, like. Then I have you, and then we're here singing this song that and then I take you somewhere, and then I let you be. Like do with this feeling whatever, and it's very beautiful actually. It's very touching, just to see people sometimes just feeling the music and then closing their eyes and like getting
Goosebumps. Yeah.
I've cried in clubs
Yeah.
by the feeling.
Yeah, I've cried listening to music before, like because I remember
listening to
feeling it was
music,
but
Yeah, but
you know,
I've been
I'm
in
a sap.
clubs.
My wife will tell you I'm a sap. I actually, I'm a very emotional person. Whether I'm angry or happy or just like
You're gonna let
feeling,
it
I
out.
feel the feeling,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, but music to me is very personal. It's like I feel it. Like I don't just play music to play music. I play it because I feel it, and like I want to play what I like.
Yeah.
So it's very personal. It's an extension of me.
And it's really cool to be a nostalgic person. I am a nostalgic person too, because then you also look when you're doing your music selection of not precisely for a night, but like your music selection of like some days we just listen to music, right? And then you sort it later, but like you're listening to music. But that little nostalgia of like, oh, this, even if it's not an old song, it reminds me of when I was little. It reminds me when I lived there. It reminds me when I was in college or when I traveled here, or like you said, like, oh, I was in La Covacha, or like I played at Crowbar. It brings you back, and I love being nostalgic because I love reminiscing,
Of course.
and with like a positive kind of like connotation, like it's nice. I mean, yeah, you could probably go through shit in your life, but you've survived all of them. So,
I guess the older you get, you realize that no matter what you're going through, it's going to come to an end.
it's going to come to that.
Yeah. So basically, you just have to deal with it. You just like get through it. The sun will come out tomorrow. There'll be a moon tomorrow night, and you will live another day.
And probably will become a really great story later on.
Yeah.
It'll suck for you living through it, but you probably can like talk about it later and be like, I survived that.
Yeah.
You know, I went through that. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about. Okay, so you didn't have a genre. I love that because it's hard for me to. I know what I was listening to before house, but I didn't have anything in particular like
No, I didn't have
this.
No.
You know, because I was really, and I grew up in the DR, and then I moved here like really young, but I grew up in the Dominican Republic. So when you're younger and you live in an island, it's different, the music selection and that you get to listen to.
Right.
You know, but I travel a lot to New York, so I have a lot of like New York, like freestyle and like hip hop.
Oh my God.
See?
Yeah, I mean, like if you talk about freestyle, like there's memories. You know, like one of my favorite artists growing up was Stevie B.
Uh-huh.
You know, so there's a particular summer that Spring Love had just started off, and it was the beginning of summer, and I was staying at the beach. I had a bunch with my friends, and we were hanging out, and I remember that song, and I remember the times that I had because of that song.
Because
right?
of that song.
So, yeah. So
Oof. Yeah, it just.
and you know, that's just one of the songs, but there's a lot of music that Lime or I'm influenced by a heavy. Let me put it this way, like Miami Deep House, like Mantronics, or like there's so much music I can go on to tell you, like that I listened to along the way, because the first time I touched a real set of decks and a mixer was I was 15 and a half years old, and one of my friends whose father used to work for AT&T as an account executive bought him a whole gear, bought him 2 turntables, bought him the realistic mixer, brand new headphones, and he's like, "We're going to learn how to DJ." And we built our own speakers too. That was a funny thing. So yeah, so his father helped us with the wood shop and built it, and we did parties. And I remember the first time I was like playing, I was like, "This is fun." You know, everybody's looking at you like you're a geek. You know,
because you're playing with all this stuff, but like you were probably in heaven.
Oh yeah, it was fun. It was fun. It's like, and
especially at that age.
Yeah. That age it's amazing.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish well, at that age I didn't even know who I was. You know, I didn't know what
I think we all think we knew who we were.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. That's a very good point.
But as we grow, we realize, my God, we didn't know who we were.
No, at all. Sometimes I still don't know. So I have so much to go. And I don't attach to something specifically. I actually like the curiosity of like, what else can I do? You know, that's why I'm like, music gives me that flexibility of like, I do play house. House is my thing. But the other day I was playing bachata. Loved it. Never played bachata before. Never. But had so much fun. You know, they're like, they assume because I'm Dominican and I'm like, I really don't know, but I have an uncle growing up. He would play all these bachatas, and like all I have to do is like stuff.
Let me go into that reference library.
Yeah, and that was a cool party right there. So how did you find, by having all this music, what happened with house music that caught your ear?
So I would tell you that, like I said, Soul to Soul, like one of the beginnings, Burning. Armin van Helden has got to be the biggest influence.
I was thinking about him earlier today.
I was thinking,
he's timeless.
He's timeless.
Yeah.
But I was going through some old tracks the other day, and I'm like, my God, this is Armin van Helden. Like, he was so influential in my love of house, right?
Oh,
So
there you go.
Yeah, and obviously, everything transcends and changes through time, right? So, but I have to say that. I never started to be a house DJ. I became a house DJ because of my partner, and basically he wanted to be more. He wanted to play more underground, and I joined him on that journey, right? And not only did I join him in that journey, I never wanted to be a producer. I wanted to be just a DJ who plays music and has fun, Gino, right?
No, yeah.
It's like, I didn't set out to be a superstar or be a local celebrity or any of that stuff.
You were having fun.
I was having fun, and having fun is the name of the game, right? So
absolutely.
But he pushed me into being a producer, and I remember we made our very first track. Our very first track, I had come back from space. The track is called The World. I came back from space. and it was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and he had been messing with Reason for about a month and a half.
Okay.
And he had this continuous loop playing, and I'm like, I walk in there. Okay, I don't want to learn, but I'm gonna learn. And so I sat down with him. Mind you, I'm half drunk and like out of my wits.
Yeah.
And I go, okay, show me how this works. And I made the lead in that track.
Epa.
We sit down. It's 8 o'clock at night. We make the track. We send it to my shout out to Willie Morales, who was the A&R for Juicy Music. And I remember sending that track to Willie Morales in an email and said, hey, do you like this? He goes, love it. We signed it. Our very first track. Never made a track in our lives.
Just like
very
that.
first track, just like that. He signed it. Robbie Rivera remixed it.
Uh-huh.
It ended up playing at British Airways on one of their NRG playlist.
Uh-huh.
We ended up being on British Airways.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
So it picked up steam, and it became something that everybody recognized us by. And shout out to Ivana Bellini, who was one of the first Miami DJs to play it. And Oscar G. I remember listening to Oscar play it in the main room at Space, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's my track!"
That's your track. You probably paralyzed the first time you heard it.
It was fun.
This is my track.
Yeah.
My
So-
first track.
My very first track, which I did, mind you, I was half drunk. I always
Probably that was it because
Yeah,
you weren't
yeah.
holding back.
I wasn't holding back.
And you weren't doing it to get signed the next morning or the
No,
next
no,
day.
no. We sent
you're
we sent it to Willie because we said if anybody's gonna be honest with us, Willie's a very honest person. Like he'll tell you, hey, I hate it.
Exactly.
Right. So.
So you were expecting more of like, this is the way, keep on going that way,
Yeah,
or
yeah. And
release that.
and then basically, we spent more time in the studio. We made a few more tracks and remixes. We did a remix for one of Saeed Yunan's artists, and a couple of other labels, and then I broke out on my own at some point and continued. When my wife and I first got together, she would fall asleep to me working in the studio till like 4 or 5 in the morning. And mind you, I had to be at work early the next day, but I didn't care.
You didn't, no one cares.
I didn't care. So,
Yeah.
but the one thing I could tell you that when you produce music, it's like your child. And
You don't want to.
well, when you give it away, it's like you're done with
part
it
of you.
because
Yeah.
but you review the track 100 million times.
Of course.
You're listening to every little sound and it changes the way you look at music. It changes the way you listen to music because you deconstruct everybody else's song. You say, "Oh wow, that's a clap here. There's a sound. There's a wave here. There's
The
the vocals.
the
It's
echo,
too loud.
the
It's too. It's not. There's a change. Just like when you're listening to music and you learn how to DJ and you know what it's supposed to sound like when they mix, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, yeah, it wasn't very good, or a transition, or just the selection of music from one song to the other. Those things that change your way of looking at
Listening,
music, listening to music, it's the same thing when you start producing. I tell people, if you don't want to ruin your ability to listen to music, don't learn how to produce. Don't produce. It's like,
Because you will do that for the rest of your days.
yeah, you'll be
Dissecting.
You will be dissecting music. You'll be enjoying it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
You do enjoy it, but you listen to other people play music, and you're listening. Oh wait, that was the bass line from this track, and that was the sound they used in that other track, and they used that drum roll and that. It's terrible, buddy. When I tell you it's terrible, it's like
because you're there.
your mind's going wild.
But it's super interesting as at the same time. It's annoying because then you're really dissecting. But
You're working as you're having fun.
I know, you're like, oh my God, and like you said, and then that's interesting when your brain starts like recognizing patterns.
Your pattern recognition is basically what you're listening to.
And like that's from this track, and even if it's just like this little bit, and you're like that voice, that clap, that So that's super interesting how your brain works. It's like almost like how some people listen to music and they see sounds, colors.
Yes.
They dissect it in colors. Que loco.
Yeah.
That's freaking great. And also super interesting. I wouldn't want to be the person.
No,
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. That'd be too trippy for me.
Yeah, that'll be too trippy. I mean, if I could turn it on and off
Yes.
as I please, I could probably like experiment it and then be like, no, I don't want it anymore. But then like as I please, like, okay, this track, what colors are this track? That'll be interesting, but yeah, that's a lot of pressure to my little brain, you know. Um, so we learned how you started and how, what got you into house. And listen, you had a very privileged start,
I did.
and
Very fortunate.
with everything, even with producing, like your first track, boom.
Yeah.
I guess when I start producing, I need to be a little drunk. No problem. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I got a little mezcalita with me. And what is that one lesson for life itself? Not, it doesn't necessarily have to be with DJing, because there's a lot of things that you start looking at life different because you DJ. What is there something that because you DJ you look at life differently, or people differently, or we all judge? So judge people differently, or like.
So I have to say that growing up in a middle to lower income neighborhood kind of like changes your perspective on life.
Okay.
You become more accepting of people and their faults.
There we go.
Okay. So being a DJ to me in the club scene, and you see some very screwed up things in the club business, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of shady people,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of shady shit that goes around, right?
It goes in there.
But you also become accepting of people beyond their weaknesses, whether it's the guy who's always drunk or high or whatever. Like, you learn to accept them for their personality, as long as they don't get crazy, right? They don't hurting anybody.
Yeah, you don't condone
You learn to accept them, and then some of them are really funny as hell.
Absolutely.
So they're fun to hang out with.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them I've counseled, like, hey, you should get the rest of your life together, like, because you're a great person, right? They're good people who have taken a wrong turn and maybe depended on something that that makes them whole for a moment, and they just lose themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but then there's people that come in and out.
Mm-hmm.
My friend Alex Alvarez, who got us started, at some point he was engaged and had a very good fiance, and he saw himself losing control. And me and my, to our detriment, Andrew and I, we sat him down. It's like, man, we love you, but this isn't you.
Gotta stop.
Right? We got to stop, And he's got a wonderful life, wonderful children, and a wonderful wife, and I get to see him every once in a while, and I'll never forget, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he knew when to stop.
Great.
Right? He knew when to stop, and he
Lucky.
knew where to grow up. He grew up, right? Like we all grow up at different stages in our lives. I know there's some people probably still look at me and like, you're 56 years old, you're still trying to be a DJ, or not, still DJing, right? You should grow up and get a real job. I do have a real job.
That's something else I want to talk to you about, because we just spoke about it briefly. You and I, we both have corporate jobs, and like people, I mean, this is a job.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have enough respect for
it's an unappreciated job, by the way.
Exactly, an undervalued job, but like it is a job. If you take it seriously in the sense of like you have some respect of what happens when you're behind the decks, and you exchange it for money, it is a job.
It's a business.
It is a business.
Yes,
And it is a very lucrative industry.
Yes.
Especially these days. But especially when you get older, because when you're a kid, you don't know, like you probably like, you can get that, and you can get a lot of money but we have normal lives, families.
Yeah. I have a wife and 3 kids.
There we go.
Or 4 kids, actually. So my oldest is 30 now. So I don't consider her a kid anymore. She's an adult.
No. That's your brother. That's your younger brother.
No, a daughter. They're all girls. I have 4 girls.
Oh, 4 girls.
4 girls. So
that's what happens when you become a DJ. Like life is like, mira, I'm gonna give you all girls now. Okay, watch out.
Pay your dues.
Yeah. So it is very common to find older DJs having corporate jobs, or having been there for a long time and then like taking a break and going because we make some sort of like money, save some money apart, take a few months, off or sabbatical, whatever you want to call it, and then go back. What do you do? What is your professional life?
Today's profession is I help in the marketing department for a small biotech called EVQOV or Evolve. which was founded by my old DJ partner, Andrew Satz. He became a CEO of a biotech, and
the company is ABQ?
EVQ LV. So
I thought you said ABQ, and I'm like, that's QBA, but like, you see what our brains do with music? Like you start like, yeah.
So yeah, that's what I do today. You know, basically, so I help them with that, and you know, for many years, I was a general manager of a manufacturing plant in Hialeah, you know, with 200 plus employees.
Nice.
And so, yeah, so DJ by night and weekends. So, but I had a very understanding boss, you know, Barry Richmond. He was a very good person, and he only had one rule: when I call, you answer.
Yeah, we go.
So that was it. And for many years,
you can do that.
Yeah, I could do that, and I did it for a long time. You know, I can't tell you. There's at least 6 or 7 times that I walked out of space at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I was playing a set, and I would get not a call from him. I would get a call from the alarm company. The alarm was going off.
That was your plan. You needed to take care of it.
And I would have to ask a friend to drive me because I couldn't drive.
Claro. You're like, okay, I'll be there. I'll be there as soon as I can. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you a funny story about that.
Yes.
So, Roger Sanchez playing the Terrace. He is rocking it, but he has to catch a 1 o'clock flight. There's no other DJ to relieve him. Emmy Guerra was the marketing director at Space at the time. Cause Roland, which is my best friend, who was our roommate as well. And we're in the car, pulling out of the garage, okay, 2 streets down from Space. And he's like, "Where's Gino?" It's like, "Gino's right here." He's like, "He needs to come right back." Mind you, I was ready to go home and sleep.
Ay, Dios mío.
I'm toasted.
Claro,
I'm
because
so
you partied
tired.
probably the
I
whole
was
night.
there from the night we opened the main room.
Ay, Dios mío.
So
Oh,
it's
you
like
opened the main.
we opened the main room for him, and he played his set, and then we went to the terrace and we were partying, we're having a good time.
You're like, cool. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
go
going.
home now.
I'm gone. He says,
Come back.
"Come back." I get behind Roger Sanchez. Mind you, I get behind him. He says, 2 tracks. He says 2 tracks, 2 more tracks.
Okay.
I'm double fisting Red Bull and water.
Claro.
Doing this. And I'm like, "Oh man, you better be ready." I played till 7, almost 8 o'clock at night. That night.
At night.
At night. I played for another close to 7 hours after he left. Okay. And Louis Puig, the owner of Space, the former owner of Space, was doing my lights at the end, and he was like, "Man, we just shut it down. We got to go home."
Yeah.
Yeah, because these people ain't going nowhere.
No. If you keep playing, they keep dancing.
Yeah, but I'll never forget that the Red Bull and water. Like,
oh my God, that's a real thing.
It's a real thing. It's like I had to like not only sober up, but like stay awake. Like you can't fall asleep now. It's
No. And all these people are there for you.
Yeah. Well, they were there for Roger.
Well,
but,
they were there for Roger. But they stayed.
Yeah, they stayed. They stayed.
All those hours.
It was one of those sets that I'll never forget. Specifically because you don't have the owner of a club like Space doing your lights at the end there. That was pretty cool. So.
And calling you back like you have to come back.
Yeah, you have to come back.
And do it after Roger. I remember I used to love Roger. Oh my goodness. I would go up. At the beginning of the 2000s, I was living in New York, and I would just, whatever he would play,
Yeah.
I was there. Loved him. There was what was this? Was it Cheetah? On 22nd, between 5th and 6th, I think it was. Like, he would play that. That's when Another Chance was blowing.
What an amazing track.
Oh my, that's timeless.
Timeless. Yeah.
Even the video.
Yeah.
Timeless. You play it now. And he has another one.
There's a couple of them. They're not as famous, but that Another Chance is by far, that whole album was really good. So.
Yeah, there's another one. It's so cheesy, but it's so good.
Oh,
Lost.
Go Again. We'll Go Again.
Oh, there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Go Again.
Oh, yeah. But,
come on.
And that came back.
Yes.
And now everybody's playing it. And it's like, amigo, give him a chance. Not even he's playing it, like, here we go again. And oh, my God. Yeah, that's him.
So it's interesting. I saw a video of him in Pasha for Flower Power. And he's playing so many times.
This weekend, right?
Yeah. I was like, rocking it.
Yeah, and I'm like, you go, Roger. Like, it's 2005. Do it. And people are going crazy. And I'm like, amigo. Like, he good for him. By now, I think he's the longest resident.
It's been 20 years, I think, at Flower Power.
Yeah. So I think he he has that title. I don't know,
Yeah.
but if he's not the one, he's amongst.
Yeah, one of the longest parties out there.
Yeah, because it's been a while, but
Yeah.
it was so good. Oh my god! And I remember when Release Yourself, the podcast came out. Number 42 was my very, very most favorite one. Oh my god!
I have to thank Roger because in 2014 that was one of the last times I took a sabbatical. So basically, my mother came down with Alzheimer's, and I had to choose between work, family with two young children, and my mother with Alzheimer's. Right, so music, there was no room for it.
Okay.
Right, there was no time for it. But that was the year that Roger actually supported 2 of my tracks on 2 of his podcasts back to back. And you talk about SoundCloud, plays on SoundCloud. I went from like 6,000 or 7,000 plays a month to like 70, just because he featured my tracks. Like that's the power of like a good DJ and a good, somebody that big supporting you and taking your music and putting it on there. That was big.
And this guy's committed to Release Yourself.
Yes.
He's up to like 1,000 and change episodes.
Yeah, he pretty much started about the same time that Tiesto had his old podcast, which he ended, right?
So basically but it ended.
Right, it ended.
He keeps going.
Yeah.
This guy keeps going.
Yeah.
He does it by himself. He releases it, and that voice.
Yes.
He's half Dominican.
Yeah.
He has that flavor in him, Let's talk about you producing and remixing. Like I said before, I've heard some of your remixes, which are absolutely delightful to listen to. And I like the range, because sometimes you're like high energy, and sometimes you're like those vocals are there. And we spoke a little bit about the vocals earlier with a track that I asked you, like, what is something that would save you? Any remixes that are still your favorite that you've done?
That I've done? Wow. That's a good question because I think they're all my favorites.
Good. They're all your kids.
Yeah. Pyramid is actually one of the ones that's gotten a lot of attention lately.
Okay.
It's John Dahlback, and it was a remix by, what I did was I took Dirty South's remix, and I re-edited it, added a different kick and bass line, and just redid the track from scratch.
Reworked it.
Yeah. So, funny enough, my SoundCloud gets at least 5 or 6 likes every week on that particular track. So, and it's one of my featured tracks, but I just, it was one of those tracks that I just had a lot of fun. It's a fun track.
You just gave me homework.
Yeah,
I haven't heard that.
Yeah, so Pyramid. Yeah, so,
Pyramid. I'm gonna go listen to Pyramid.
But I think the track I told you that was one of my signature tracks that people have listened to, whether I'm playing deep house or playing, tech house or progressive, or even EDM, right? So, Sweet Disposition. I love those vocals.
The vocals.
And I never noticed
angelic.
how much I play it until a friend of mine who I mentored said to me, "Hey, by the way, you play this, these vocals over and over in different sets." And
They're
I go,
perfect.
"You're right. You're absolutely freaking right. I do because
They're that good.
They're that good.
They're that good. I have a thing for good vocals too. I mean, they give you goosebumps.
Yes,
Like
I love
the
it.
good ones they give you. I think that's why my favorite child from house is deep house. When I'm in my own senses, like just listening to music at home, like real deep house. Because what happens is I've noticed that as time passes, and this is something that I think it's normal, but as time passes, we're trying to find like a sub name.
Yeah. Well, it's
for
big.
house.
It's become so segmented.
It's really so I'm old school. I stick to my 3 or 4s, because I'm gonna go back to this. House is a feeling. House as a house doesn't sound like what people think it sounds. Like when house was created, or what was
It was disco-y.
It was a lot of disco-y,
a lot of disco-y and a lot of vocals.
And a lot of vocals and gospel.
Yeah.
And even freestyle, and it was a feeling. You couldn't really say, sometimes I'm playing music and people say like, what is that? And I'm like, oh, this is such and such. No. What is that? Is that like trance or dance? And I'm like, good music.
Good music.
It's good music because at this point I hear so many subgenres. I go crazy. I don't even know how to categorize
When
some of the things. I would say like sometimes this is deep house. And like,
When-
oh no, this is not.
when people ask me, what do you play? I play house.
Yeah.
Like, so what genre house? So I go, no, I play house.
I play house.
I can play organic house. I can play progressive.
Uh-huh.
I can play deep.
Uh-huh.
Like
Tech.
like whatever you think. I hate to be pigeonholed. I really do, because if I have to be an opener, I know I'm not going to be playing the main hour, right? If I have to be the main hour, I know if I have to be the closer. I think there's two jobs in DJing that get underestimated and I guess unappreciated. The job of the opener and the job of the closer.
Absolutely.
Because the closer, he has to mop up, right? But his job is to keep as many people there as long as he can, right? And the opener, he sets the vibe, right? Like, it used to be, that was a skill set that was earned through, mentorship, through other DJs. You open with somebody consistently.
It was an honor.
It was an honor, right? So it's no longer I think residencies have gone away. Like, basically, there's so few that you can say, I go to this place every week and it's consistent music. It's consistently good music. That is almost like
impossible.
You know?
Yeah, the first thing is, in my opinion, is like they try to fit so many DJs at night.
Well, they're letting the DJs be the promoters. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about how the industry has changed. That
You
promoters
have to bring this many people.
Yeah.
Not like, do you think your friends will come, or like, do you think you have a like a whatever? No. In order to play, you have to bring such and it's like, then you as a promoter do absolutely like, what is that you do?
We just post a flyer.
Yeah.
We let social media do it for us, basically. I look at it this way, and I wish promoters would go back to a very simple formula. If you want to build a night, you have to have a consistent sound.
Absolutely.
Okay, which means you have the same people, and then you bring people to your party, right? Yeah, the DJ can bring people, and I listen. Tarantula was a promotional animal. I remember the first time I played Pawn Shop. The very first night we played Pawn Shop, I brought over like 100 people through the door, right? But we had cultivated, that crowd, right? And then it's not I can do it every week. I just did it the first week because it was the first time, right? And at some point, we were playing Covacha on Thursday, Pawn Shop on Friday, and Space on Saturday. Or Sunday, as I used to call it, because sometimes we open and sometimes we open and closed.
It becomes one thing.
It becomes one day. It's that Sunday. So
yeah.
And the other, the other thing that I tell young DJs is I go, listen, this is a very taxing on your body, your mind, and your soul, because you're working while everybody else is having fun. Number one. Number two, if you should be privileged enough to travel, when you go somewhere else, at the end of the night, you're going to be alone in your hotel room by yourself.
Maybe with tinnitus.
Yes. You're going to have fun, and promoters will treat you well. They will take you out to dinner. You'll have a good time. You'll learn. You'll see different cities. You'll meet amazing people, which I have, throughout different countries. But at the end of the night, you're going, unless you're fooling around and having a little side fun,
Claro.
you're going.
But even so,
you're by yourself.
Yeah.
You're in a strange country, in a strange place, and you're going in a strange bed. So.
And you're probably gonna have like.
You're gonna miss birthdays. You're gonna miss. You're gonna miss anniversaries. Not miss. I mean, like.
But miss.
Yeah.
You will.
You're gonna be in places. You're going to be working while other people are having fun or celebrating things that normal people do, right? So that's one thing that I don't think anybody signs up for, right? It kind of happens and you accept it, and
you kind of know that it will happen if you become successful,
right?
But like you said, like you sign up for it, but you don't. Because there's no way of knowing.
There's
you know what I'm
absolutely
saying?
no way of knowing.
And lucky are those who actually get to that level, but it could get to a level of loneliness if you don't surround yourself with the right people.
Correct.
And if you don't take care of your body and your mind, and like
it gets very easy to lose yourself.
Absolutely, because they offer you everything and anything.
Yeah.
And if you want everything and anything, you will have it. And after a while, it's not fun anymore.
No.
You know, and like that's why it's important. Like if I play late at night, I'm taking that disco nap. I need to sleep. I need water.
It's amazing you become like an expert at disco naps, right? Like
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, like
And
I
you
can take
love
a
it.
45-minute nap and I'm good.
Ooh, and then you take a cold shower and you're like, you smell good and you like go out and like everybody has been partying. But you're going to work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is fun as hell, but you're going to work.
I used to have a ritual at Space. It was really funny because on the way to Space from my house, there's a Dunkin' Donuts. It used to be open 24 hours, and I would stop in, and I would have a bagel with cream cheese, everything bagel with cream cheese and a cup of coffee.
Epa.
And I would walk into the terrace, and I would eat my breakfast, and then I would look at Ray, one of the bartenders at Space, and I would say, "Okay, hit me," and he would hit me with a shot of Jaeger. And my Corona with topped off with Bacardi Limon, and that was my second breakfast.
That was your time. But at least you had like that buffer.
Yeah, absolutely. But
You had the cream cheese on you.
I know at 6 in the morning or
Yeah.
5 in the morning when you're getting there, like like you
Yeah,
need
people
something-
were ahead of you.
way ahead of me. Yeah, so
You needed to catch up in some way.
yeah,
You know, you're fresh, but you need to catch up because otherwise you're not gonna understand each other.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be on that same level, but you need to communicate through vibe. And if you're too clean and too fresh and too like,
so yeah.
there's no way you can put like that punch, that energy to them. Any producers you're into these days?
Well, we got one here.
There we go.
Eddie Lopez is producing some great music. My friend, our mutual friend,
See?
George Vidal.
Vidal.
Yeah.
You just sent me a track. Was it
Day by
yesterday or
day,
today?
day by day, really excellent track.
I told him, I'm like, hey,
yeah.
hey.
He's putting out some great music. Iran Hirsch, one of my old friends that I met Iran when he was 17. So if you can imagine that at Blue Cafe. So he's putting out some great music. He's teamed up on with Hugel, and he's bringing the heat. A local boy. Yeah, I call him a local boy because he's local now. A couple of other people that I can mention, but producing to me is like today's production. It's hard to cut through the noise, no matter how good you are.
Mm-hmm.
So you need your friends to support you.
That's right.
So
That's right. I'm gonna listen to that. They used what was it? Pyramid.
Pyramid.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to Pyramid because you're really good. I like it. I mean,
Thank you.
and it's an honor to have you here because
Thank
of
you.
that. Because well, first of all, I wouldn't bring anybody here that I don't admire in a way or that know that I can add to the stories and to actually this is my way of keeping house alive. It's not proving one way or another. It's just sharing these things. What makes each one of us do what we do, how we got here, what we want to do. Speaking of which, any plans, any projects coming up? You're chilling.
So if I can ever find myself enough time to go back in the studio and make some additional music, I plan on that. I have a plan every month.
Okay.
It's just like with three little small children, basically a 16, a 13, and a 5-year-old, a busy schedule at work.
That's a busy schedule.
Yeah, busy schedule at work, and basically DJing every year. Been DJing more and more.
That's right. Yeah, I see you.
Yeah, so basically it takes all my time. So for me, production is a matter of like focus. You have to sit down and you have to think, okay, I can start a project any day of the week. Finishing it is a different story, right?
Do you have ADD?
Possibly.
Possibly.
Yeah, somewhere along the line.
We all do it.
Yeah.
You have to also.
Well, it's not only that. It's just like you go in. It's like when you play,
Yeah.
right? You feel a vibe and you start something and you play a set and they're great. You can start and finish it. When you are producing, you go in with a vibe and then you go back 3 days later, that vibe's no longer there, right? You don't have enough coffee, you haven't slept.
And you don't know how to finish it.
Well, I know how to finish it. I'm just not happy with it,
With it. It's your
and-
kid.
yeah,
You're
it's-
always going to have something. My favorite, many favorite parts of like sitting here with people, like, yeah, I love the stories more than anything. Like, I love reminiscing and like kind of like dusting off people's memories of stuff that happened. But also, I love doing this because since I run this, I get to play with the people I bring.
There you go.
So I get to have back-to-backs with people that I probably would never, ever, but I create that space for me. And today I play with you.
Hoorah.
And I think it's time that we kind of play some music because you've given us a really good information, really good stories.
Thank you.
I'm glad you were here today. Thank you again for your time. I think
Thank you for having me
I have,
as well.
I have a little gift for you.
Oh,
There we go. Yeah. I have a little gift for you. I designed this little sticker that says, "How's the feeling?"
ooh, I love that.
And there's a shirt in there for you, so you can rock it when you play it or when
Thank
you're
you.
not
No, I
playing
will.
it.
Now,
There
you know
go.
what? I'll send you a picture as soon as I'm done.
Yeah. So since you are my guest, you can start and play whatever you want. You lead the way.
Okay.
And I want to thank again everybody that if you're tuning in tonight, for the support, for the love, for letting me do this, whatever this is. But it's a project that is bringing me a lot of joy and it has a lot of legs.
We're here to support you, and I'll
Thank
support
you.
you however I can.
Thank you so much. So lead the way, play whatever you want. And everybody in their houses or wherever they are, or if you're seeing a pre-recorded set or whatever it is, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Follow us. Oh, y gracias a Miami Community Radio and dear Eleanor, Ani Luli Muñecas producing, and here we go. Y Eddie, mira Eddie, you have music.
Saludos, señores. Ay, 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 ay. Tropical. Ay, ay, ay. Una tropical.
Garments bloodstained, used and battered, reflect agony.
La vida no se mide por el tiempo que pasa, sino por los momentos que nos hacen sentir eternos. Bienvenidos a la noche.
No taming, I'm misbehaving.
don't you trust me? Why don't you trust me? My honesty is fake belief. Why don't you? My honesty is fake belief. I'm losing all my patience. You're asking my location. All these panic situations. And I'm losing control. We don't need these complications. I'm losing my patience. And I'm taking back control. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Why
She got looks that tell the truth when she lies. She says she's all your dreams are made of, and everything you'll never understand. And since you're lost, you can step inside and stay a while. She sits alone in a smoke-filled cafe, watching her past lovers cry. She's all that's make-believe and as real as the September sky. She says, I come in the name of love. And as she walks alone in the cold New York morning, she thinks out loud and says, welcome to the diamond line. Gonna live it up, gonna live it up to the diamond line. Gonna live it up, gonna live it up to the diamond line. Gonna live it up, gonna live it up to the She sits alone in a smoke-filled cafe, watching the world go by. She's all of 18. She got looks that tell the truth when she lies. And everything you'll never understand. And such a long step inside and stay.
What a way to close this day. And this said, ladies and gentlemen, I had the pleasure of sharing decks with Mr. Eddie Lopez, the one and only. QBA. Thank you so much, guys, for this. This is a gift. People might not know, but this is quite something what just happened right now, and I am so grateful for it. Everybody that was online now watching us, thank you so much. Thank you for the beautiful faces here at the studio. I shall see you in a month. Keeping House Alive is going to have more stories for you and more great guests. Hopefully, Eddie will come and join us for a solo night one day too. You know, I would love that to happen to us. So have a good night. Thank you so much. How's this a feeling?